Hi everyone. I've been asked to run the Advanced Strengths Approach for Managers 1-day or 2-day workshop. And I'd just like to, I suppose, encourage you to think about this course, because I feel that with the Strengths Approach and the way in which it's been developed over the years, there's a lot in it that can be extended and expanded to meet the needs of managers. And so for me, offering the Advanced Strengths Approach is around just taking some time out to reflect, to create space, as I said, to look at not only you personally and your relationship with the work, but just the nuts and bolts of what you have to do day to day. Like with the NDIS, what's that meaning for you? What's that meaning for your staff? How are you with that? What's your planning? What's your conversation? Where are you having them? And with the VELDF, the Strengths Approach and VELDF, and I was involved with some of the development of that, they go hand in hand, and they really are about connecting with each individual and with the children, but also in a family-centred way, very, very strengths-based. And there's so much scope for us to talk about what that means on the ground, because you will actually, as managers, you will be responsible for the culture that's developed in your organisation and just how you integrate that. So this does require reflective practice, it does require commitment, and it requires presence for you to be able to really have a look at what it's meaning for you and what practice that you want to see out there in the field, and what sort of culture that you want to develop in your workplaces. So as with the Strengths Approach, it's important that I don't set the agenda. I'm a resource. I have the skills, and I've been across the field for a long time now, and I have the skills in being able to create the space for the conversation. But the agenda really isn't going to be set by me. So even if you turn up to the workshop, what's happening for you as a group and the priorities that you have would be where we go. So in context, so feedback to Andrea or Lauren, what you want out of an advanced course in strengths-based practice. So, you know, I'm the resource, but like you would with any client or in a supervision session, you wouldn't just go in with your own agenda, you'd ask what's happening and what do you need to support you. So I guess that's what I'd be offering. So as managers, you juggle many balls in the air, and from structural things like budgets to staff, managing staff. Sometimes there's conflict in the team. You might have new staff coming on, you may have students or graduates. So there's a lot of work to do at the same time as forwarding your core business, which is supporting families with their children. So this takes a lot of strengths, and naturally you have many strengths to be there in that role. So one of the ways that we would go forward in a course would really be identifying what those strengths are and have you connect with those strengths as a manager, which we can sometimes lose in the humdrum and the busyness of what goes on, and sometimes the pressure we put on ourselves and the demands that are there. So I'd really encourage you to think about that in the context too of what you can bring to your staff and the team, because they've got a lot of strengths too. You're one big team, and just sometimes harnessing that and stopping and reflecting on just the resources that you do have and the enormous support that you give families out there is not to be underestimated. So there's so much to tap into, and that's a lovely thing about the Strengths Approach. It really is auditing and keeping in our forefront just what the platforms are that we do have underneath us, when sometimes they can feel a bit fragile and a bit wobbly. So don't underestimate just the power of work that you're doing there, and this Strengths Approach Advanced Managers course can really confirm and affirm that for you.